Hi, Kipsters. Hi, families. Welcome to today's Number Corner. Thumbs up, elbows out, get ready. I love math. Yes, I do. I love math. How about you? Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Months of the year, get ready. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Months of the year. My turn first. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. One more time, make sure your listening ears are on. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. Today is That's right. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. So you already know what my next question is. How many days have we been in school? Count with me, get ready. 100, stop. Switch, count by tens, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. Stop, switch, count by ones, 161. We've been in school a new day, so I need to add. That's right, I need to add one more. Great job, friends. Let's count again. Count with me. 100, stop, switch, count by tens, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. Stop, switch, count by ones, 161, 162. Whoa. We've been in school 162 days. I'm going to go ahead and write that in our hundreds, tens, and ones chart. Quick question. Looking at our hundreds, tens, and ones chart, how many tens are in the number 162? How many tens? That's right, there are 6 tens in the number 162 because there's a 6 in the tens place. How many hundreds are in the number 162? That's right, there's 100 in the number 162 because there's a 1 in the hundreds place. And when you say the number, you hear how many hundreds? 162. Great job. And how many ones are in this number? That's right, just 2 because there's a 2 in the ones place. Hands up and ball it like a fist. Hands up and get ready. Is it odd or even? Odd or even? Odd or even? Odd or even? Is the number 162 odd or even? And how do you know? Think about it really, really hard. Ask yourself, is the number 162 odd or even? And how do you know? Should take you 5 silent seconds to figure it out. And 4, 3, some friends have 2 thumbs up because they really know the answer. And 2, 1 winner for a few more thumbs. And 0. Great. If you said the number 162 is even, you are correct. I know the number 162 is even because there's a 2 in the ones place, and I know that 2 is even. One more time. I know that the number 162 is even because there's a 2 in the ones place, and 2 is even. I also know that anytime I want to figure out if a number is odd or even, I always look to see what number is in the ones place. That's super, super important. Friends, we haven't counted by tens, 5, and 2s in a really, really long time. Let's do that now. Count by tens, get ready. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Ooh, let's see if you can count back by 10 starting at 120. Get ready. 120, 110, 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Whoa, you all don't miss a beat. You all sounded so good counting up and counting down by tens. Let's count by fives. Get ready. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Ooh, now let's count by twos, starting at 60. Get ready. 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100, 102, 104. You got it. 106, 108, 110, 112, 114, 116, 118, 120. Whoa. You all sound so good counting by tens, counting by fives, and counting by twos. So, friends, I want to go back and review looking at pictographs. We did a really cool pictograph with apples on Monday. So today, we're going to do a different pictograph. This pictograph shows data from Hampton or Miss Miller's class. So cool. I wanted to thank Miss Miller for sharing her data with all of us. So, I want you to listen to this problem. Listening is on. Hampton took a survey to see how many girls and how many boys liked eating oranges. After counting all the votes, Ms. Miller found out that 20 girls like oranges and 6 boys like oranges. We want to figure out which graph shows that information. So, I'm going to go ahead and write that at the bottom so we don't forget. So, she said that 20 girls liked oranges, and she said that 6 boys like oranges. So, we need to find a graph that matches that information. Oh, but look here. We have a key. It says, it has a picture of an orange, and then it says 2 kipsters. So what does that tell us when we count the pictograph? This key tells us that 1 orange is equal to 2 kipsters. So what does that tell us? What does that tell us? Oh, that tells us that for every orange we see, we need to count by 2. Okay, so let's look at this first graph. We're going to count by 2 to figure out in this graph how many girls like oranges. Let's count by 2. Count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so we know in this graph, 14 girls like oranges. Okay, now let's count the boys. Remember, we're counting by 2s because of 1 orange is equal to 2. Get ready. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so this pictograph shows 14 girls like oranges and 10 boys like oranges. Okay, let's check this graph just to make sure, so when we compare to what the story problem told us, we can see which graph or which pictograph is 100% correct. So remember, what are we counting by? Every time we see an orange, we're counting by, show me with your hands. That's right, we're counting by 2s. Count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So we know here, 20 girls like oranges in this graph. Now let's count count the boys. Remember, we're counting by twos. We have to count by. That's right. We need to count by twos. Count with me. 2, 4, 6. So in this graph, 6 boys liked oranges. Now let's listen to the story again. It says Hampton took a survey to see how many girls and how many boys like eating oranges. After counting all the votes, Miss Miller found out that 20 girls liked oranges and 6 boys liked oranges. We need to see which graph matches that information. So for girls, we need to have 20. Let's look at this first graph. What number did we come up with? Wow. So the first graph, it only says 14 girls like oranges. Does that match our story problem? No. So I'm going to put an X right here because that part doesn't match. And let's look at the boys. For boys, we need to have 6 boys liking oranges. But here we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got 10 boys that liked oranges. Does that match what was in the story? No, that doesn't match either. Let's look at this graph. So we need to find a graph that has 20 girls saying that they like oranges. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Oh, and we have 20 right here. So in this graph, 20 girls do like oranges. Does that match our story? Yeah, you're right, it does. I'm going to give myself a check so I don't forget. Now, boys, it says 6 boys liked oranges. So let's see if this pictograph matches that information. Let's see. 4, 6. Ooh, and there's a 6 right here. That definitely matched. So, after looking at both graphs, seeing what the key told us, and in this case, the key told us that 1 orange is equal to 2 Kipsters, we were able to figure out how many girls and how many boys liked oranges in both graphs. We want to see which graph matched our information that was in the story. Did the first graph match at all? No, the first graph was wrong in both how many girls and how many boys like oranges. So we know this graph is not correct. But this graph showed 20 girls liking oranges and 6 boys liking oranges, which is the same information that was in the story. So would this graph match our story? Absolutely. This graph definitely matches our story. So you always want to take these steps when matching a pictograph with a story. First, you want to read the story so you know what information is important to match in your graph. Then, when you get your graphs to compare, you always want to look at the key first. The key is super important because it tells you how to count the pictures in the graph. Then, after you look at the key to tell you how to count, you want to count each section, and you might even want to write the total you got in each section next to the picture so you don't have to go back and recount. And your last step is match the numbers that you wrote on the side to the numbers that are in your story to see if it matches. You all are rock stars when it comes to looking at pictographs and reading the story and seeing which pictograph is correct. I can't wait to see what skill we use next week. Bye, Kipsters. Bye, families.